What's going on, everybody? Brian here at the B-Dubs Movie Hub, and I've got a collection update for you today. This is everything else that I picked up in the month of June, not counting the Vinegar Syndrome boxing that I did earlier. I'll post the video to that at the end in case you did not see that, but I've got a few other pickups from Amazon. Big Lots, yes, Big Lots is back, sort of, kind of, in some areas, as well as my pickups from the archive. I did do a video of my trip to the archive, however. I just wanted to show off a little bit more in depth the few items that I picked up from there. I will also link the archive trip video at the end here as well. So sit tight and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, so I'll save the two Amazon unpackagings for the end, leave a little bit of suspense for you guys. But one of my earlier pickups in June, and I actually don't think I showed this off. I did a live video in May. I'm pretty sure this came in June. May have come in May and maybe I just forgot about it. But I've already watched this, so it is opened. But I picked up Kingdom of Heaven, the 4K Steelbook. I love this artwork. I love the design. It's really, really cool. I already checked this out. I watched the director's cut here. It's a 3-disc set with all the bonus features. There's some inside artwork as well. It's a really nice looking steelbook. I'm just gonna pop these out so you guys can see the inside artwork. I know these did sell out. I saw on Facebook the other day, somebody posted the link to Walmart. So I think they did come back in stock on Walmart for about 40 bucks. Which is really what these are going for. I think on eBay these are going pretty high. So if you can avoid the eBay route, I would try it. You know, just double check Walmart. I don't know if Target had these on their website. I know Target doesn't sell physical media in stores anymore, but they still have some on their website as well. Pop this back together here real quick. So yeah, that is the Kingdom of Heaven 4K Steelbook here. Really, really love this artwork. Alright, so like I said, I did a trip to the archive up in Bridgeport, Connecticut just last weekend. My wife and I went up to Hartford, Connecticut for a comedy show, and we stopped by Bridgeport, so I went to the archive. It's one of my favorite stores. So I did pick up a few titles. Again, I did show them off in that video, but I was in the car, so I didn't really get to kind of show everything super in depth. But I did pick up a few titles. The first one is Mark Terry's Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter. So this is an ETR Media. This is a partner label through Vinegar Syndrome. And I don't know, I like the artwork here. I haven't opened this yet, but I do want to check this out. I think this looks really, really wild. Tim Thomerson's in it. I remember watching him a lot in the 80s and 90s growing up. So I am really looking forward to checking out Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter from ETR Media. And again, here's the slip cover, the front and the back. I don't know, it's pretty cool artwork here. Very, very comic book like. So that is Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter. I also picked up at the archive from Yellow Veil, which is another partner label through Vinegar Syndrome, where I collect all of their items, and that is In Flames. I collected all of the Yellow Veil, so much so that I didn't realize that I already had this one. So yeah, I stupidly bought this. I've never logged it on my collection, and I didn't think I had it, and I do. It's another reason why I really need to organize these back here, is just so I can easily find things. I'll lump all the Yellow Veils together once I do organize them. Right now it's kind of a mess back there, but yeah, I did pick up In Flames, so I will probably trade this in. I'm assuming I probably trade it in back at the archive. I don't know if I'll be able to like return it, but that's fine. I could probably trade it in and pick something else up. That's In Flames that I picked up a duplicate of by accident. I also picked up Let's Scare Jessica to Death. It is in the hard outer case here. I really love these cases. I know they take up a little bit more space on the shelves, but I don't know, I like them, and they've been putting more and more of these out. But this comes with a book. Yep, What Scares Jessica to Death, and then make sure there's no bad stuff in here, nudity. As you guys know, YouTube does not like nudity, but yeah, it's just some essays and some pictures from the movie. I've never seen it. Here's the slipcover. Let's see, a film by John D. Hancock. The back. This is in 4K. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. It sounded kind of interesting. Yeah, I wanted to grab this one. I haven't been picking up a lot of their newer titles, as I'd like to wait for a sale, but I don't know. This one kind of looked good. I saw people talking about it online, and it seemed kind of interesting. And then I also picked up Dirty Work. Again, this cover art is awful. It's horrendous. Here's the back. Again, I didn't really show this off too much in my archive video because I was in the car, but that's the back there. Again, the thick, chunky hard boxes, which I really like. So it comes with a booklet here. So you got Norm Macdonald there. Again, It's a Sick, Dirty Job. And then it's just essays and whatnot. A couple pictures from the movie. And then you got the slipcover here. This probably would have been a little bit better of an outer design rather than this, but again, it is what it is. You got the back of the slipcover here, and this one also in 4K here. It's pretty heavy. Is this a 3-disc set? I think it's just a 2-disc set. But it contains both the 82-minute PG-13 theatrical cut and the 83-minute director's cut of Dirty Work. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. This was directed by Bob Saget, and this was back, I think, in his kind of more raunchy comedy days. My wife and I did see him a few years ago here in New Jersey. He was pretty tame compared to what I've heard in the past of his comedy. He was not as raunchy and not as dirty. That was about a year or so before he passed away. So it was nice to get to see him do stand up, before he passed. But yeah, that's Dirty Work. Again, I haven't seen this movie. I don't know how it's going to be, but people seem to have really kind of hyped this one up. I think it's going to go pretty quick. I know the website, again, is down right now. It goes back live July 1st with the July halfway subscriber, half-year subscriber week. So this may go pretty quick if there's still any left on the website. And then another pickup from the archive. This was the one that I was really surprised to see in store. It's been sold out online pretty much everywhere, and that's Trick or Treat. I had wanted to get the chunky box here, so this is from Synapse and Red Shirt Pictures. I did watch this the other day. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I do my what I watched in June, but this is a really awesome box set. I went with cover A. I'm really glad that they had it. I really didn't think I was ever going to get the chunky box outside of maybe going to eBay, and I know it's a little bit more pricey on eBay, and there is a standard version. I know they did release just the standard 4K, but I don't know, I like this packaging. There was 2 other covers that I could have chose from, but again, I went with option A, and this is it's loaded up pretty good. You got the 4K here. So that's the artwork, and there is a reversible slip cover here, but I left the original. You can kind of see it there. That's the other one. I don't know. I kind of like this one over that one. I don't know. Maybe I'll switch it at some point. Who knows? But for now, I'm just going to leave that one. It also comes with a little Synapse Films 2025 product guide. There's just a whole slew of titles in here. So that was a nice little touch. There's the art cards, which I actually have not unwrap these. So let's take a look at the art cards. So yeah, there's one there, and backside. What does it say? What are y'all afraid of? It's only rock and roll. I don't know. I thought this was a really fun movie. Let's see. Here's another one. This is just looks like an ad for something else. I don't know. It's just a different. I wonder what language. I don't know what language. Morte 33 Giri. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of neat. And then one. Quite a few art cards. And then that's the cover art there. And then a little bit more there. All right, so those are all the art cards. Comes with a booklet of essays. I haven't read this yet. Like I said, I did watch the movie. I do want to go through and read this because I think it's really cool that, you know, companies are doing this. You know, Vinegar Syndrome, Synapse, Umbrella, Second Sight. You know, they're giving us these little essays that, you know, these guys write, and it's just really cool to read what people think of them. And then there's also a poster. Let's see, we got an upside down poster. So there's this, there's this side, and then this side. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of cool. I really like this release. Like I said, I'm really glad that I found this. And then you got the hard outer case here, front and back. So overall, a nice, very successful trip to the archive. Again, I will post the link at the end to that trip. I did a little video inside the store. I'm not used to doing those. I felt a little awkward doing that, but I don't know, it was nice to kind of do a little walkthrough, take a little tour for you guys that may not have gone to that store yet, or really nowhere near that store to kind of check it out. So that was everything that I picked up at the archive. And then I did a little trip to a Big Lots. Like I said, there's not many. You know, they went out of business, but they kind of got saved. There were some that reopened, and there's one about 45 minutes away. It's the closest one to me. It's not even in New Jersey. It's right over the border in Pennsylvania. Jeff over at John Doe Juggalo posted a video. He had gone to a local Big Lots down by him. If you're not subscribed to Jeff, make sure you check him out. He does some really good videos. Talks a lot about movies. He does some video gaming stuff as well. I'll put the link to his channel down in the description so you can check him out. If you have not seen any of Jeff's videos, make sure you check him out. But after I watched that, I Googled where my closest Big Lots was. Again, saw that it was about 45 minutes away. So my wife and I took a little trip out to Pennsylvania this past weekend, and I popped in there, and sure enough, they had some physical media. It's nice to see that they had a pretty good selection, probably better than when they were previously open. I did pick up 3 titles, and the first one is The True History of the Kelly Gang on Blu-ray. It's got a really good cast. George McKay, who was in 1917, Essie Davis, Nicholas Hoult, Thomasin McKenzie, and Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy, and Russell Crowe. So I don't know, I thought this one looked interesting. I do own Ned Kelly, and I still need to watch that one, so maybe that'll be a kind of a cool double feature to watch Ned Kelly and then The True History of the Kelly Gang, because I've never seen either of these, and for $5 I feel like that was a pretty good deal for this Blu-ray. So sometime last year I was on a podcast. It was called The Stuff We Love Podcast. It is run by an old friend, Scott, who I went to school with. He gets together with people and usually talks a lot of Disney and music and movies. So he invited me on the channel to talk movie recommendations. So it was me and another friend of ours, Mike, that we all went to high school together, and high school and middle school, I think. We've known each other forever. So it was kind of great to be on his podcast and talk movies. I think that was even before I created this channel. I don't exactly remember when, but The Stuff We Love podcast, they are on Spotify and other streaming services, so make sure you check them out if you haven't, if you've never heard of them. But Scott's a good guy, and it's a really interesting podcast. So one of the ones that Mike had recommended on there was Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, and I came across this at Big Lots. I had seen this in the video that Jeff posted, and so I was kind of hoping that I would come across it in my Big Lots trip. And they had quite a few of these. Again, $5. Can't really beat that. So I hadn't seen this yet. Been meaning to since it was recommended to me last year. But yeah, I was glad to find this, and I can't wait to check this out and see how it is, because it came highly recommended from that podcast that I was on. And then the final Big Lots pickup that I grabbed is a film by Terrence Malick. It's a 4K, and I paid $6 for it, which is not bad for a 4K. And it's got a good cast: Michael Fassbender, Ryan Gosling, Rooney Mara, and Natalie Portman. And that's Song to Song. And I've actually never even heard of this movie until I saw it there. But for $6 for a 4K, and it's Terrence Malick, who I like him. I think he does really good, unique work. And this looks a little bit different than some of the other stuff that Malick has done over the years. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I like the cast again: Fassbender, Gosling, Mara. I dropped it again. Fassbender, Ryan Gosling, Rooney Mara, and Natalie Portman in Song to Song. All right, again. So I have 2 Amazon pickups here. So let's see. I know what's in these. I don't know which is which. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one I open first, because I don't know which has which, but let's see. Yeah, alright. One of my favorite movies from last year, and that's Longlegs. I'm going to open this one up because this has a slipcover to it. So let's take a look at this Longlegs Steelbook here. Yep, so there's the slipcover there. And you got Nick Cage as Longlegs and Micah Monroe on the back there. So this is just a single disc set. So I'm assuming it's just the 4K. There's no Blu-ray in here, but that's fine. I never picked this up. I was kind of hoping that they would come out with a Steelbook. And sure enough, I kind of held out long enough, and they did. That's the inside artwork there. But again, this was one of my favorite movies from last year. I did a video review here on the channel. I'll link that below, but I don't know. I really wanted to grab this on 4K, and I was kind of hoping for the Steelbook, and sure enough, we got it. So yeah, that is Longlegs 4K Steelbook here. Again, absolutely love this movie. Huge Nick Cage fan. I've talked about it multiple times on the channel at this point. But yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this. It's been over a year now since this came out, so really looking forward to revisiting Longlegs there. And then I got one more here, so let's take a look. I know what this one is, and this is gonna be probably talked about for a little while, because I think a lot of people weren't crazy about the artwork here, but it's another 4K Steelbook, and that is Lethal Weapon. Just a fantastic movie from the 80s. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. I don't know. I can't wait to rewatch this. It's been a really long time since I've seen this. I'm going to open it up. I'll show off the Steelbook here. So no slip cover, but just the standard J card. And there's the front and the back. Dear bad guys, no one here but us cops. Sorry, the good guys. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Nice little touch there. I don't necessarily dislike the artwork. It's not the greatest looking thing, but I don't know. I don't mind it. Let's see. We've got, again, just a single disc 4K here. And then you have some inside artwork. I really do like what they do with the inside. I mean, they don't need to do that, but it's just a nice touch to put a little artwork on the inside of these. And I don't know, I really, really like it. And it's usually some sort of scene, screen grab from the movie. Um, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to rechecking this one out because it's been a very, very long time since I've seen Lethal Weapon. Alright, so that is everything else that I grabbed here in the month of June. Again, I will link my Vinegar Syndrome haul video, my archive video, and my Long Legs review from last year. I'll link all those down below, and I'll put them up here so you guys can click on them. But that's it. We are in basically the month of July. We've got the Barnes & Noble 50% Criterion sale. I was just on Mega Mike the Movie Man's channel last week where we gave some recommendations. I'll put a link down in the description below for that one as well, because that was a really fun live stream in case you didn't get a chance to check that out. There was a whole crew of us. It was Mike, myself, Steve from Excelsior Movie Reviews, Ryan from Movies with Ryan, Jeff from John Doe Juggalo, he was on there as well. Really, really fun group and a really awesome live stream that we did there. I have not placed my order yet through Barnes & Noble. I was waiting for a gift card to clear, so I finally have the gift card. I'm probably just going to order 2 titles. I may have enough to order 3. I'm on a bit of a buying freeze for a little bit, kind of starting now. I do have some pre-orders out there, so everything that I have pre-ordered is going to come in, but I'm trying not to buy too much right now, at least just for the next few months. But this was kind of probably the last big haul between this stack here, the Vinegar Syndrome stack, and again, a few movies probably already pre-ordered for July. I can't remember what is even on order at this point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up 2, maybe 3 titles again. If I have enough to get 3 titles, I will. It all depends on the gift card, but I have a couple in mind that I want to get. My Criterion wish list is pretty long, and I usually just wait for the Barnes & Noble and or the Criterion flash sale. I have about a $50 Criterion credit as well for their site. So once the next flash sale comes around, I think, what is that, October is the next flash sale, I can probably pick up another 2 then. But yeah, that's it. Again, that is everything I picked up. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you guys pick up in the month of June? What do you think of what I grabbed here? Did you get any of these Vinegar Syndrome titles? Or, this one was kind of one of the bigger ones that came out, so I think I saw a lot of people were grabbing Lethal Weapon and even the Long Leg Steelbook. Do you guys have Big Lots? Is Big Lots back in your area? It seemed like when I looked for the stores, they were kind of everywhere from like Pennsylvania and south, like basically just a full strip if you look at the map. So I have my local one in Pennsylvania that I will hit up every time I'm out there. Again, it's not that far for me, about 45 minutes. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this out with your movie loving friends. I'm on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Facebook. I will put the link in the description below to all those social media platforms. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.